With us now, we got the chair of the Congressional Oversight Panel and professor at Harvard Law School, Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth, unemployment rate up to 10.2%.
Oh, boy.
Situation keeps getting a bit more bleak. What's your take this morning?
Well, you know, let's face it, this is sort of how we went about the rescue. We rescued at the top and we left the bottom to kind of fend for itself. And that's showing up in the unemployment numbers.
When you talk about rescuing at the top, what are you talking about?
Well, $300 billion guarantee to Citibank. You know, we guarantees to Bank of America. We infuse a lot of capital and a lot of guarantees in the top of the system. And look, it saved the top of the system. It helped stabilize it. But not so much for families who are hard hit down on the ground, the real economy.
Elizabeth, could you argue that saving the top was the first step? I mean, might that be the spin out of the White House, is that we've gotten through phase one? Tim Geithner was saying on Meet the Press, it's not going to be easy in the days to come still. He wasn't painting a rosy picture.
Well, and fair enough. There's always the question about how we save the top, though. And let's always remember that when we save the top, I mean, we came in and when we said, oh my gosh, you know, major financial institution could fail, we got to rush in with everything. And we left equity in place, the shareholders, we left them supported, we left management in place, we made sure that debt got a 100-cent repayment on the dollar. In other words, we said, in effect, at the top, there's really not any pain in return for taxpayer support. Not so much so when it comes to folks at the bottom. We said, wait a year, we're getting there, we'll do what we can, but not the same.
You know, I was moderating a debate. Arianna Huffington got up and said, it's so interesting, over the past year, we have decided that we were going to socialize the losses that Wall Street suffered, but we were going to allow them to privatize the gains. So. Wall Street makes money, they keep money. They lose money, we pay for it.
That's right. And you know, this is really the key. This is our new report. Our report that came out today is on guarantees. We've talked a lot about capital infusions, but remember, TARP was limited to $700 billion. In this crisis, at the peak, the Treasury put out guarantees, combined with the FDIC and the Fed on this program, at $4.3 trillion that we stuck into this system. Now it worked out well. The financial system calmed down. We'll actually probably make a profit on the guarantees. But here's the key point. We stepped across a threshold when we did that changed the economic system fundamentally, and it changed it in exactly the way you just identified, Joe. It means that everybody who gets a guarantee, that is these giant financial institutions, now have a different kind of business model. The way I think of it is they say something like, give me your money, investors, and I'm going to go to Las Vegas and put it all on Red 22. And if Red 22 comes in, woo, we are rich. If Red 22 doesn't come in, don't worry, because the taxpayers will pay you back the money you invested.
And Mort, I think that's what has got so many Americans angry. Angry at everybody. Bush started this, Obama's continued it.
Yeah. Look, I think that's partly true. With all due respect, if the financial system had collapsed, and it was on the verge of collapsing, and I think the Federal Reserve, rather than the government, was what saved the financial system. That was absolutely essential to the economy. I'm not saying it was a perfect outcome, but what I also would say is what the Congress and what the administration proposed.
But we could hold them accountable, though. That's my problem. And we had people in real time coming on here, like John Shadegg and the House Republicans that voted against this bill, and everybody said, oh, they're nihilists. They want the economy to go over the cliff. They listen to talk radio too much. They were saying, no. We're just not going to give $700 billion to Paulson because he gives us 3 blank sheets of paper that he can fill in. They were right. Everybody else was wrong.
Yeah, but that bill never went through. It was a different form of the bill went through. But what the real issue on the economy and on the unemployment numbers, if there was anything to be done, it was through the stimulus program. That was a congressional and executive branch program. And frankly, that was well-intentioned and terribly badly conceived as well.
Elizabeth, do you agree that the way we set this up may have been the problem? 3 sheets of paper, $700 billion. And really no strings attached.
Well, I was going to say, and as the report talks about this time, and the power to do guarantees that weren't even limited by the $700 billion.
That's right.
We fundamentally changed markets when we did that. We changed pricing. Guarantees are now infecting our entire economic system. And you and I are paying for those guarantees, but the guys at the top are the ones who are getting the benefits.
Harry, it's been a remarkable year and a half. As an immigrant to America, are you surprised by the changes that our system's undergone?
Well, I tell you what, I came full of optimism, and I still have it. I'm disappointed, actually. I think Mort's right, Krugman's right. You weren't like this. The stimulus package was too small.
I agree.
The tax things need to be changed. They should encourage innovation, which made America... What made America great? Innovation.
Yeah. Right.
So, anyway, I'm still optimistic about America. Are you asking me I'm going back home? No, thanks.
Oh, you love this country. Well, listen, Elizabeth Warren, thank you so much. Great to have you back on the show.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Now tell us, where can Americans get today's report? Where can they read it?
You can read it at cop.senate.gov. You can download it. There's even a video that gives you the highlights.
There you go.
Very good.
All right.
I can even follow that.